Matt, almost a perfect midweek performance. I imagine you're pretty pleased with that result tonight.
Yeah, look, we look bright, we look energetic. I've got to be honest, I think the extra day helped on the back of Friday. They might have had it in their legs from Saturday at Bradford. We know how we started the game and how difficult it was when we played Harrogate the Tuesday after that Bradford game on the weekend. So we might have caught them a little bit cold at times, but we threatened their goal, we threatened their 18-yard box, we put some good quality balls in there and we got the rewards. A little bit of luck in terms of deflection for the first goal, but we looked like we could hurt the opposition tonight, and then there was a willingness to do what was needed out of possession.
Perhaps starting on the back foot a little bit, but when we got going, Giovanni's goal, very similar to the one at Bristol Rovers, great finish.
Yeah, slight deflection, probably wrong-footed the keeper, it's gone in the opposite corner, but as the game went through that initial period where it was difficult and they moved the ball really well, exploited the space, we just seemed to get hold of field position and started pinning them back in a little bit, and then maybe that was a couple of set pieces or a couple of balls bouncing in around their box, and we just grew in a little bit of confidence. And the first goal is always absolutely key at this level of football, and Giovanni's in such good form at the moment. He struck it cleanly despite the deflection.
And often when you're 1-0 up, it's great to go 2-0 up so soon, sting the opposition. A great back post finish from Groundsy.
Yeah, I've been asking the team and the staff to create more from set pieces. So that's the second phase set piece for the first goal and a direct one for the second goal. Unfortunately, Groundsy's felt his calf midway through that half and had to come off at half time. So he's in the best goal scoring form of his life, of his long career as well. So hopefully with that calf's not too serious, because he's shown in recent weeks what a good job he's done when he's stepped in. And it'll be disappointing with that. As pleased as he will be with the goal, he'll be disappointed to having to come off. But then Alex Archer steps in and we don't look too different, which is absolutely key in terms of these players being ready to step in.
And actually I think it shows this season that we haven't been relying on one player. The goals have really been shared about.
Yeah, what we keep saying about players hitting form, that's 2 and 2 for MJ. Giovanni's carried on his goal scoring form. We know only too well that if these players stay in form, then it will give us a better chance. It's not rocket science. We've got to put the ball in the back of the net, and there's just a constant threat about us tonight. There's a freedom in our attacking play, but they're a good team. And they cause us problems at times. They've not overworked our goalkeeper, but they've threatened certain areas of the pitch and controlled the ball for long periods. But we kept them at arm's length just long enough to feel comfortable.
And that third goal, like you say, great to see MJ 2 in 2. But
that's a really good goal. That's the best goal out of the three. Look, we pressed the ball down to my left here. I think Pearce or Archie stepping in, won the ball back, and then played forward and ran forward, all down the right hand side, and then some good quality to finish it in terms of Giovanni and Josh Key and MJ. And like I say, MJ's in a bit of form now. That was such an important goal. It didn't feel like it on Friday night when we were so down after getting beat, but that's a big goal for MJ. And you could see again, he scores again tonight and backs it up. So we want him to be in that form, but I thought the rest of his game was outstanding tonight. Like I say, we looked like we had an extra yard in our legs tonight.
Giovanni Brown perhaps showed what we were missing on Friday night. Was that one of, if not the best performance in an Exeter City shirt from him so far?
It's a big statement, that, Craig. Look, I thought he was okay tonight. He did what he had to do. Even when he wasn't scoring for the first half of the season, I felt he was really valuable to the team. Whether that was assists or giving control in that layer of the pitch where he gets hold of the ball and really kills it dead. And then the defenders have got to do something a little bit different. I thought his partnership and his balance with Sam worked well tonight. Sam was still bulldozing. He's still finding his feet. He's still finding his game. He still looks unbelievably raw at times, but his physicality can really affect that back line. So in terms of that front three, which we've probably not had consistently enough for the last couple of months, that's what we're aiming to get towards. And we've got the likes of Oz and Kieran to affect it when needed. But that was a pleasing display from Giovanni.
That goal at the end from Swindon, I think the back, the defence deserved a clean sheet tonight.
Yeah, they did. What a good strike, and that shows the quality they've got. They've got a lot of those players of a similar profile, technical players who shift the ball and can hurt you from distance as well as close range. So that was one moment we maybe could have, adapted slightly differently. But I can't complain too much. A 3-1 home scoreline had a snap hand off before the game.
Again, some really nice football from the lads tonight. I think compared to where we were last season with the pitches, that made a real difference. Yeah, well, they all came in from the warm. They all said the same thing, and let's be honest, City fans were moaning whenever I used to talk about the pitch last year. You guys asked me about it, but you've only got to watch the videos from this time last season. It was brutal, and not only was it difficult to play on, it just sapped any life and energy out of that squad. So thankfully and finally, the club invested in a good pitch, and we've actually been really lucky in terms of fixtures as well. And as disappointed as we were with the Barrow game getting called off, it gave it another breather, gave it another break, and you can probably feel today it was the first sign of a bit of warmth in the air, which means it's going to start growing as well. So hopefully it stays firm and fast. It suits opposition teams as well, but it also suits our style. So I'm glad I'm not stood here every week moaning about a pitch. Especially with 2 more home games this week. I think compared to where we were last season, it's nothing to really worry about.
What, in terms of the pitch?
Yeah.
No, look, and it shouldn't be, let's be honest, we're a professional club and everyone talks about aspirations to be a proper club at another level. The pitch shouldn't be a talking point. It has been for a long time, even before my time, it has been for too long. So the fact that it's looking as good as it is now is testament to the investment and testament to the hard work which the ground staff and everyone's done behind the scenes, and hopefully it stays like that from now until the end of the season. I think I said in my programme notes about how important home form is going to be, and this is the start of 3 games, and that's a great start.
A question I think you were asked at the fans forum was, would you rather have games in hand or points in the board? So that was 1 game in hand down and 3 points on the board tonight, up to 3rd in the table.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about what's to come because there's still too much at the moment. We weren't too down after Friday. We're not going to get too high after tonight. We know we're in a good position. We put ourselves in good position on probably our form throughout February. We're just looking forward to Saturday now. The players have got to rest and make sure they're in a good physical position to attack that game. You know, not a known giant in terms of lower league football, but a giant in terms of what they've got financially backing and the squad and players wise. But hopefully it was another good atmosphere. You could sense it. I know this game was meant to be Boxing Day, wasn't it? And the ticket sales were quite strong for Boxing Day, but it felt like looking around the ground, there wasn't too many empty seats, and obviously the away fans make a difference. So even if there's not many from Salford this weekend, I'll be asking the home fans to be the same again in great voice.
I think you made a good point there. It's when the away side do bring a lot of fans, it is great to see all 4 sides of the ground filled. It does make a difference.
Well, it makes a huge difference. And positive atmosphere, good pitch, 2 good teams, really positive atmosphere, a good reflection on where the club is at the moment, and obviously the fans. But that connection the fans have got with this group of players will only keep on growing and growing. The more we win games and the more we score goals. And like I say, 2-0 at half time, they must have felt in a really good position, and to see it going towards a big bang, it's a great sight. But we always need something to bounce off, and we're always a little bit louder as a group when we got opposition fans in the stadium.